No?
Yeah, no, nothing.
Hey, Devin.
Yeah.
Can you crank it?
Yeah, sure. Okay, ready?
Yeah. Okay, stop. Okay, there's gas coming out. Maybe that's why the stuff was unplugged. Maybe someone stole our fuel.
God damn it. Where the f are these guys? They not look back once? Real smart crew we got here.
I don't know what is exactly wrong, but this is enough playing around out here. It's minus 35 on the way up here, so I'm getting a little chilled here, so.
There's no one within miles, and with Chris nowhere to be seen, Joel and Devin need a solution fast. It would be too dangerous to walk anywhere in these temperatures.
How embarrassing going to be if Trevor has to come help us.
Good God. Maybe we should call them.
After being run out of Hecla, Trevor is back at the Narrows to test the waters.
Hey, did you guys head out yet? Our thing just out right now.
Devin reaches his brother Trevor at base camp, so help is on the way.
I mean, it was leaking a little bit, and now we can't make it unleak now.
Holy. Ah, stop. There's gas going everywhere.
I mean, Matt, do these things matter? Like these being connected, sparking?
Now pull it off? That's your issue.
With help from Trevor and Matt to restart the Blue Bomber, Joel and Devin are finally able to catch up with Chris and begin fishing. They've lost 2 hours, and right now, any delay is costing Chris time and money.
Stupid vomiter!
There's obviously something wrong there. Chris is going to have to look at it inside a shop.
With their fingers crossed that the bomber makes it, Joel and Devin set out to catch up with Chris.
Where were you? Jordan said you were right behind us.
Bomber broke down.
We called you lost?
Yeah, you guys must have been out of signal and tried calling.
Yeah, there's no service here. Oh boy, Matt, just getting here. I think the next caboose I get is going to be 12 feet long.
Small and light?
Yeah, something not so heavy to pull in the heavy snow.
The problems aren't over yet for Chris today.
I don't think I'm going to be able to pull it. Underneath, it's just like flour and sugar mixed together. There's no strength in it, no traction.
There's now a heavy blanket of snow on the ice. Traveling and repositioning machines, even the mighty bomber, is way harder when the snow is this deep.
3 feet. What? Ahead? Yes. Good.
I just can't believe how hard this stuff is to move everything.
The snow is really hard. It blew for about 5 days straight, and it's snowed in between too, so the one thing we have meant for the lake, and it's still barely cutting it.
So it is. It is winter. What are you going to do? You're going to hit us like a hammerhead. It's starting to feel like the top of a nail. Flat and smashed. We're out of here.
It's been a frustrating day, and Chris only manages to lift half of his nets before calling it quits.
The challenge is just, it's a daily challenge. And you got to be cut for this kind of stuff.
Yeah, we'll see what the layers do for us today, and we'll see how long we can hack it.
The next day, 90 kilometers south near Gimli.
I think I froze my head.
And cold.
I don't know about...
We have no choice. We have to lift these.
Nothing wants to run, eh?
No.
You warm the machines up, you turn them off, they're cold within a minute.
It's minus 52 degrees Celsius with the wind chill today. Exposed skin can freeze in minutes. Jean and Candace need to lift their nets as quickly as possible and get off the lake.
If you face it with bare skin, it starts burning right away. It's cold, almost too freaking cold to be out here, eh?
We'll warm up when we pull. This has got to be our coldest day this season yet.
Well, there's no way in hell we're doing 9 today. I was planning on it until I looked at the forecast.
All bets are off in these brutal conditions.
It's cold, yeah. You just put your head down and go to work.
It's one of them days that you just don't want to do anything out here. You want to just go home.
This is, yeah, unreal.
Just hurry up, Candace.
Hey, they're coming up in clumps. It's beautiful. It's so nice to see.
At least they're being rewarded.
This is unreal. This is so much fish. I wasn't expecting this much. And on such a cold day, it makes it hard taking them out. You get warmed up when you're catching fish like this. And I can't get them out, or they're all frosted up.
I've never seen this before. Not for a long time. When I first moved here, there was fish like this, and it was good fishing for 10, 12 years.
It's a healthy lake if you can catch fish like this.
Fish stock is again plentiful this winter, an indication of the overall good health of the lake.
This is when it would be nice to have a couple more guys with you, eh?
Jean and Candace are a dynamic duo, but an extra set of hands when the fishing gets heavy would be really helpful. Despite the challenging conditions, they lift 4 nets out of 9 today. With a tub and a half per net, that's about $900 worth of fish at market value.
She's cold-hearted today, but I've spent a lot of days out here freezing like this for hardly anything.
Finally, finally. It's horrible. It's cold. It's time to bring the bubbinier out.
Starts good when you can plug it in. It starts better than the new truck.
Later that day, in Husavik, Mike and Justin are getting ready to take out the bomber for the first time this season.
That's no push fun. It all the way down.
That's no
Good. We have no brakes. First time out on the lake this year, so there'll be probably a few snags. It's so goddamn cold.
It's more brutal cold today at minus 45 degrees Celsius. These extreme temperatures are dangerous and cause equipment to break down without warning.
What if that sticks when you're going across the highway?
Oh, Christ, you'd be probably doing 35, 40 miles an hour when you hit that highway. If it sticks and you can't get it, we have no brake. It's bad news, so we're going to have to fix that.
Having just built their bomber last season, Justin and Mike never got around to installing brakes. Now that the gas pedal is sticking, it's basically a 2-ton missile with no ability to stop.
Will you look at this?
Oh, my face is already frozen.
To make matters worse, Mike spots another problem. Not on the bomber, but on one of the snowmobiles.
There's no idler wheels. Look how low that shock is to that track.
In these temperatures, metal becomes brittle, can easily snap or completely shatter. The colder it gets, the more breakdowns they will face.
The other day we were jerking the shack there, we were stuck. I don't think we broke both bogey wheels off like that, but it had no traction.
We can't use that like that.
Yeah, I don't know, it's just so frustrating.
We can't use the auger, we can't use the snowmobile. I want to fix that gas pedal.
Back in Husavik.
It's everything we try and do. Since we took the nets out in Hecla, everything has just went to
Justin and Mike's day is over before it begins. The gas pedal on the bomber is sticking in the brutal cold, so they can't risk driving it. Their planned day of fishing is now canceled.
You know, one day we're going to have to go fishing and not just fix everything. I know it's winter, but come on, everything's broken now. I'm going to spend my whole day today trying to source out parts, fix. I'm not cutting any fish, I'm not fishing, I'm not doing anything. All we do is fix. We seem to miss the point of fishing.
Equipment repairs are piling up. Today, the bomber gets added to that list, which in turn will cost them a day fishing. With the gas pedal sticking, Justin has to control the throttle with his hands, while Mike attempts to steer.
This is the stupidest thing we've done yet. Just tell me more gas or less gas.
I just can't turn this. Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
No, what the f*** are we hitting?
Too many trees. Oh my God. There's way more snow in this field than I thought to turn around. But before we are completely...
I'm going to get the skid steer with the bucket.
I expected something to go wrong, but we never even got out of the yard.
The only thing that works is that 35-year-old snowmobile we got for 20 pounds of fish 5 years ago. That's all we got. So we're not in good shape at all.
It's like we always start at a high and think, oh, we'll never be scrambling at the end, and I can already foresee how it's going to be at the end of us panicking trying to get the fish.
Come on, baby.
The following day, after a winter storm on Moonlight Bay.
It was about, 70-kilometer winds. Couldn't go on the lake. It'd be a total whiteout. No, she was a bad one.
A massive storm has recently dumped a foot of fresh snow on the ice, and strong winds continue to reshape the landscape.
Sweet.
Here, I'll lift her. Ready to go ahead.
Okay.
The layer of fresh snow not only makes the work harder, but many dangers are now covered beneath.
Well, the eyes watering. Oh.
The blizzard's extra layerette left behind doesn't help with augering either.
Oh, jeez, hold it. God almighty.
Richard steps into an old hole covered by the fresh snow.
It snowed quite a bit, it covered it over. So I guess in that week, it hadn't even frozen.
Fresh snow can act as insulation and prevent ice from forming over a hole or crack.
And I couldn't get up, and of course that's because of my hip. I fractured it years ago, and it'll be all right. Leg's no good anyway.
Stepping into a hole could result in a broken leg and the end to a person's season. But that's not the only danger.
My right leg is just useless. I just can't.
Oh, you got a booter?
Yeah, a bit, yeah.
A booter is Canadian slang for dunking a foot underwater in filling up your boots or shoes. On days as cold as this, a booter is big trouble. Frostbite is the danger.
Have to take spare boot.
Oh, you're cold.
Starting to get a bit freezing. Is this good enough?
We still have that 4.5 we have to get. Where we started.
Oh, I didn't know.
I'm pretty sure.
They have one net left, but the clock is ticking. Richard's foot is starting to freeze.
Oh. Boot's starting to get pretty cold.
Short day, but cold.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. But good for fish, though. We got good fish out of the net, so.
The fishing was good, but Richard needs to get home now before his foot gets any worse.
Feet's starting to get a bit cold. Oh, Jesus.
What did we end up? I guess about 6.
That's good.
6 tubs is worth about $900 to the Bjarnesons. A good day on the lake.
40 pieces. Pretty good.
There's something going on here. People have been playing with our power, and there's been issues with some of the equipment.
At the Christensen base camp near the Narrows later that day.
And I was telling my dad the other day, and he says never, and all the time, and all the people we knew here, we never had any trouble with anything.
Someone's messing with Chris's equipment. Gas has been stolen and the power cut at night, impacting how or if vehicles start the next morning.
We got a lot of stuff sitting here. I mean, with the 3 bombardiers and the side-by-sides and the trucks and snowmobiles, I mean, we just can't afford to have any problems. I'm not going to stay here all night and work all day.
Saboteurs are costing Chris time and money. His plan to go hard and set 8 new nets is now in jeopardy. The guys will have to work twice as hard to make up for lost time.
We're going to set some nets further north along the wall. We've had some luck on the outside end.
The length of net determines where the next hole is drilled. When everything runs smoothly, the crew can be setting one net under while they jig the next. These are gill nets that hang down from a floating cork line below the ice. As fish swim, or as they're pushed by the current, they become entangled in these nets before being lifted to the surface.
This net seems awfully long. I'm hoping there's not 20 yards of net out of that hole.
It's like 8 corks out. Not measure the nets? What the?
There's a problem with the new net. It's longer than expected.
Devin said there's 8 corks out. Yeah, it's 100-yard then.
Tell him to get his ass down here.
Hey, come over here. Pull it out.
We're going to reset an 80-yard net.
The 100-yard net comes out and is boxed, and the 80-yard net goes in.
Okay, let's try this again. Round 2, fight.
Chris has spent 40 years combing every nook and cranny of the Narrows. He started crewing for his dad, Robert, when he was a teenager. Chris's sons, Trevor and Devin, and nephew Joel, joined the crew when they were old enough.
As soon as you get around that corner, you're right open to the North Basin, through the channel, and 40 miles wide, 60 miles long. So there's water. There's a lot of water.
At one time, this entire area was inhabited by families who fished the lake year-round.
Every 3 miles, on each side, the lake has stories of all the people who fished here. All the Icelanders all along Deer Island had a camp. Camp after camp after camp. In the 70s, I watched them and burned them all.
As the government began regulating the fishing industry, Icelandic families were unceremoniously forced from their traditional locations on what was Crown land at the time.
I was here when they burnt them out. Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about all the people who were here, all the families from Hekla and the history, when the island was taken and all their camps were burnt.
The rules changed overnight for families who had fished the lake without much oversight.
There was a squatters issue where they had camps.
Many new Icelanders turned their backs on fishing, angry over new rules, unable to forgive being forced from their traditional locations on the lake. The few who fought and stayed, the Ice Vikings, carry on the legacy today.
And you'd look all along, and every few miles there was a fire burning because they were told to burn them out. How do you like that? There's so much history here. There's no signs, there's no markers. It's just absolute silence. The lake's not telling anybody anything. It's not giving up any of its secrets, but they're here, all along here, right underneath our feet.
The winter fishing season is referred to as the long season, and for good reason. Between the on-ice danger, brutal weather, bitter cold, and the enormous financial risk when equipment is put to the test, it can feel like a small miracle when things go right, for even a single day.
The batteries were dead and everything was unplugged from the pole over there.
Early January, Trevor has returned to the Christensen base camp at the Narrows. He's also suffering from theft and vandalism. This is not the fresh start he was hoping for.
Yeah, I don't understand how we have no gas in the side-by-side, though. We filled that up at the end of the day.
Somebody must be coming out and f***ing with us.
The extra time and money spent trying to start equipment or replacing gas has put Trevor in a worse situation than before he left Hecla.
We were freezing up nets. We had other companies come and set us off closer than I've ever seen anybody do before, so they're being real dicks and kind of pushed us out of there. So I figured, you know what, I'm going to go back to where I know how to fish, where I'm with my family, where I can actually, you know, get help if I need.
In the middle of a tough season, Trevor has had to make a difficult decision.
I ended up having to fire an employee, Pete. You know, it didn't really work out with him, so it's unfortunate. Luckily, we've got a good, solid crew now. I'm really happy to be out with Matt and Riley and Kevin now.
Kevin is new to the team, but has years of commercial fishing experience. While he and Matt lift nets, Trevor and Riley can push ahead to set new nets.
Yeah, we'll start setting here. I'll just set an 80-yard net here for now. So, yeah, I'm coming back to where I know how to catch fish, and that's here at Grindstone. So anything that goes right is basically a blessing, because it's like, what the else is going to go wrong? Like, I was like, I challenge anybody to come out and try and do this, because it is not easy.
Back at the lifting caboose, Matt and Kevin are on the fish.
Good? No, it's stuck on something here. Why, they just fish, maybe? Just full.
A lifting caboose is a custom-built, lightweight aluminum structure on skis that can go anywhere a bombardier can pull it. Inside is a 1-horsepower motor which turns a large drum, lifting the nets and casting them out again.
We've got more out of this net so far than that last net.
The last two?
Last two, yeah.
It's been good. Good amount of tubs per net. Can't complain.
When Trevor and Riley